Let's do Brahmanad. Om. Om. Santi. 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 Swastha. Dear student, previous class I discussed about the dioxygen, method of preparation of dioxygen, physical and chemical property of dioxygen, uses of dioxygen, ozone, preparation of ozone, chemical and physical property of ozone, uses of ozone. Now I will discuss about the allotropic form of sulfur. There are four types of allotropic form of sulfur. Number one is rhombic sulfur. Number two is monoclinic sulfur. Number three is plastic sulfur. Number four is milk of sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is also called alpha sulfur. Monoclinic sulfur is also called beta sulfur. Plastic sulfur is also called gamma sulfur. Milk of sulfur is also called delta sulfur. At first I will discuss about the rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is the common form of sulfur. It is stable below 368.6 Kelvin. It is a amber colored crystalline solid. It is insoluble in water but highly soluble in carbon disulfide and turpentine oil. Rhombic sulfur exists as S8 molecule which has a puckered ring structure or crown structure. The crown structure of rhombic sulfur is drawn like this. This is the crown structure of rhombic sulfur. Next allotropic form of sulfur is monoclinic sulfur. It is a dull yellow needle shaped solid. It is stable between 368.6 Kelvin to 393 Kelvin. Monoclinic sulfur can be converted into rhombic sulfur, and also rhombic sulfur can be converted into monoclinic sulfur. It depends upon the temperature. It is soluble in carbon disulfide. Like rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur exists as S8 molecule. Like rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur have also puckered ring structure. Next allotropic form of sulfur is plastic sulfur. It is an amorphous solid. It has no sharp melting point. It is insoluble in all solvent, even in CH2. On standing, it is slowly converted into rhombic sulfur. Plastic sulfur contain zigzag chains of sulfur atom. The zigzag-like structure of plastic sulfur is drawn like this. This is the zigzag structure of plastic sulfur. Next allotropic form of sulfur is milk of sulfur. It has an orthorhombic crystal structure. It is insoluble in CH2. It is a good insulator with a poor thermal conductivity. It is a white amorphous powder. It is used in medicine. These are the different allotropic form of sulfur. Next I will discuss about the compounds of sulfur. First compound is sulfur dioxide. At first I will discuss about the preparation of sulfur dioxide. First preparation is from sulfur. Sulfur bond with the oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. So I can write S plus O2 gives SO2. Next method of preparation is from metal ore. The sulfide ore on rusting form sulfur dioxide. Suppose I will take a sulfide ore iron pyrite which having formula FeS2. When FeS2 subjected to reaction with oxygen, then sulfur dioxide is formed. Here also ferric oxide is formed. So the reaction can be written like this: FeS2 plus O2 gives Fe2O3 plus SO2. Next method of preparation of sulfur dioxide is from metal sulfide, bisulfite and thiosulfate. When metal sulfide, bisulfite and thiosulfate are treated with the acid, then sulfur dioxide gas is formed. Suppose I will take in metal sulfide, sodium sulfide. When sodium sulfide is treated with the HCl, then NaCl and sulfur dioxide are formed. Here also water molecule is formed. Suppose I will take an example of metal bisulfide, sodium bisulfide. When sodium bisulfide is subjected to reaction with the HCl, then sodium chloride and sulfur dioxide and water are formed. Similarly, suppose I will take an example of metal thiosulfate. That is your Na2H2O3. Sodium thiosulfate. When sodium thiosulfate is subjected to reaction with the HCl, then sodium chloride and sulfur dioxide and sulfur and water are formed. Next method of preparation is by heating concentrated H2SO4 with the carbon or sulfur. When carbon or sulfur is subjected to heating with the concentrated H2SO4, then sulfur dioxide gas is formed. So I can write the reaction like this: carbon plus H2SO4 gives the carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide and water. Similarly, I can write a reaction of concentrated H2SO4 with the sulfur like this: sulfur plus H2SO4 gives the sulfur dioxide and water. Next I will discuss about the laboratory method of preparation of sulfur dioxide. At first I will discuss about the principle of laboratory method of preparation of sulfur dioxide. According to the principle of laboratory method of preparation of sulfur dioxide, copper react with the concentrated H2SO4 to form copper sulfate and sulfur dioxide and water. Next I will discuss about the description. Here copper chip is taken. In this way concentrated H2SO4 is added with the copper chip. When concentrated H2SO4 is added with the copper chip, then sulfur dioxide gas is produced. This sulfur dioxide gas is collected here. Remember an important point: the sulfur dioxide gas collected in this container by upward displacement of air. For the purification of impure sulfur dioxide gas, the impure sulfur dioxide gas is passed through the concentrated H2SO4 to remove water molecule. But remember, this impure sulfur dioxide gas cannot be purified by calcium oxide, because calcium oxide react with the sulfur dioxide to form calcium sulfide. Next I will discuss about the properties of sulfur dioxide. At first I will discuss about the physical properties of sulfur dioxide. First point is sulfur dioxide is heavier than air. Second point is sulfur dioxide is a colorless gas with a suffocating smell. Sulfur dioxide is highly soluble in water. Sulfur dioxide readily liquefied. These are the physical properties of sulfur dioxide. Next I will explain about the chemical properties. At first I will discuss about the thermal decomposition. On strong heating or by passing electrical spark, sulfur dioxide converted into sulfur trioxide. I can write the equation like this: 3SO2 gives 2SO3. Next chemical property is combustibility. Metal like magnesium, potassium burn with the sulfur dioxide. So I can write an example: magnesium plus sulfur dioxide gives the magnesium oxide, and also magnesium sulfide is formed. Similarly, potassium react with the sulfur dioxide, produce K2SO3 and K2H2O3. Next chemical property is acidic nature. Sulfur dioxide soluble in water and its solution is acidic in nature due to formation of unstable sulfurous acid. When sulfur dioxide dissolves in water, then it produces sulfurous acid. This is an highly unstable, so it completely undergoes dissociation, produce 2H plus ion. That's why it shows acidic in nature. Next is your reaction with lime water. It is a very important reaction. Sulfur dioxide turns lime water milky due to formation of calcium sulfide, which is insoluble in water. On the other hand, by passing excess amount of sulfur dioxide forms calcium bisulfite, which is soluble in water. That's why excess sulfur dioxide makes the solution colorless. Now I can write the complete reaction like this. This is your lime water. When lime water subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then calcium sulfide and water are formed. This is your insoluble. It gives a milkiness. Now this calcium sulfide again subjected to reaction with the excess amount of sulfur dioxide, then calcium bisulfide is formed. This is your soluble. In this reaction also it is bound to take some water molecule. Next chemical property is reaction with the basic oxides and alkali. When sulfur dioxide is subjected to reaction with the basic oxide and alkali, then sulfide is formed. Suppose I will take an example of basic oxide, calcium oxide. When calcium oxide subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then calcium sulfide is formed. Similarly, suppose I will take an example of alkali, sodium hydroxide. When sodium hydroxide subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then sodium sulfide is formed. remember an important reaction when sodium sulfide is subjected to reaction with the excess sulfur dioxide and water, then sodium bisulfite is formed. Here sulfur dioxide is taken in excess amount. Next chemical properties as reducing agent. Sulfur dioxide acts as a strong reducing agent due to the following reaction. Reaction number 1 is your SO2 plus 2H2O gives H2SO4 plus 2H plus. Another reaction is your SO2 plus 2H2O gives SO4 2 minus plus 4H plus 2 electron. Next reaction is SO2 plus H2O plus nascent oxygen gives H2SO4. Look at that. In this reaction, H plus ion is produced, so SO2 acts as a good reducing agent. In this reaction, also H plus ion is formed and also 2 electron is released, so SO2 acts as also a strong reducing agent. In this reaction, SO2 gain and nascent oxygen, so this reaction clearly indicates that SO2 acts as a strong reducing agent. Now I will explain some reaction in which SO2 acts as a strong reducing agent. First reaction is reaction with the ferric salt. Sulfur dioxide reduces the ferric salt to ferrous salt. Suppose I will take an example. Ferric sulfate. When ferric sulfate is subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide and water, then ferrous sulfate and H2SO4 are formed. Similarly, suppose I will take another example of ferric salt, ferric chloride. When ferric chloride subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide and water, then ferrous chloride and H2SO4 and HCl are formed. In this reaction, SO2 acts as a strong reducing agent. Next reaction is reaction with the halogen. When sulfur dioxide is subjected to reaction with the halogen, then halogenic acid is formed. I can write the reaction like this: SO2 plus X2 plus H2O gives HX plus H2SO4. Here X equal to chlorine, bromine, iodine. Suppose I will take chlorine, then I can write the reaction like this: SO2 plus Cl2 plus H2O gives HCl plus H2SO4. Suppose I will take bromine, then I can write the reaction like this: SO2 plus Br2 plus H2O gives HBr plus H2SO4. Next reaction is reaction with the acidified KMnO4. When acidified KMnO4 is subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then pink color disappear. So I can write the reaction like this: KMnO4 plus SO2 plus H2O gives K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus H2SO4. The pink color is due to KMnO4 solution. Next reaction is reaction with the potassium iodate. When sulfur dioxide react with the potassium iodate, then generally iodine is formed. So we can think that sulfur dioxide reduces potassium iodate to iodine. Now I can write the reaction like this: KiO3 plus SO2 plus H2O gives I2 plus K2SO4 plus H2SO4. Next reaction is reaction with the acidified potassium dichromate solution. Sulfur dioxide turns the acidified K2Cr2O7 solution to green. So I can write the reaction like this: K2Cr2O7 plus SO2 plus H2O gives K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 thrice plus H2O. The green color is due to Cr2SO4 thrice. These are the reactions which clearly indicate that sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. Next I will explain how sulfur dioxide acts as a oxidizing agent. Due to this reaction, sulfur dioxide acts as a oxidizing agent. Due to this reaction, sulfur dioxide acts as a oxidizing agent. Now I will explain some reaction in which sulfur dioxide acts as a oxidizing agent. First reaction is reaction with the magnesium. When magnesium is subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then magnesium oxide and sulfur are formed. So I can write the reaction like this: magnesium plus sulfur dioxide gives magnesium oxide plus sulfur. In this reaction, sulfur dioxide acts as a oxidizing agent. Next reaction is reaction with the hydrogen sulfide. When sulfur dioxide react with the hydrogen sulfide, then sulfur and water are formed. Next reaction is reaction with the HI. When sulfur dioxide subjected to reaction with the HI, then sulfur and water and iodine are formed. These are the reactions in which sulfur acts as a good oxidizing agent. Next I will explain how sulfur dioxide acts as a anti-chloro. Sulfur dioxide destroys the properties of chlorine, so it is known as anti-chlor. Now I will write the reaction: SO2 plus Cl2 plus H2O gives H2SO4 plus HCl. In this reaction, SO2 acts as an anti-chloro because it destroys the properties of chlorine. Next I will explain how sulfur dioxide acts as a bleaching agent. The sulfur dioxide decolorizes the vegetable coloring matter to colorless matter. This is due to the reduction reaction. So I can write the reaction like this: vegetable coloring matter plus nascent hydrogen gives a colorless matter. Remember an important point: on standing in air, the colorless matter is reoxidized by atmospheric oxygen to regain its original color. This is due to the oxidation reaction. So I can write the reaction like this: colorless matter plus nascent oxygen gives a colored matter. Due to this reaction, the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is not permanent. It is a very important reaction. Next I will explain some addition reaction of sulfur dioxide. First reaction is reaction with the oxygen. When sulfur dioxide combine with the oxygen at 450 degrees centigrade in the presence of platinized asbestos, then sulfur dioxide is formed. So I can write the reaction like this: sulfur dioxide plus oxygen at 450 degrees centigrade in the presence of platinum, then sulfur dioxide is formed. Next reaction is reaction with the chlorine. Sulfur dioxide react with the chlorine form sulfuryl chloride. This is done in the presence of sunlight. Next reaction is reaction with the sodium peroxide. When sulfur dioxide react with the sodium peroxide, then sodium sulfate is formed. These are the reactions clearly indicate about the addition reaction of sulfur dioxide. Finally, this is all about the chemical property of sulfur dioxide. Next I will explain about the uses of sulfur dioxide. First use is it is used for the manufacture of H2SO4. It is used as a bleaching agent. Next use is it is used as an anti-clor. Next use is it is used as a refrigerant. Next use is it is used as a disinfectant, and also it is used as a germicide. These are the uses of sulfur dioxide. Next I will explain about the sulfuric acid. At first I will discuss about the preparation of sulfuric acid. Basically I will discuss about the industrial process of manufacture of H2SO4. There are two processes for the manufacture of H2SO4. Number one is your contact process. Number two is your lead chamber process. According to our syllabus, generally we deals with the contact process. In this process, the sulfur or iron pyrite is subjected to burning with the oxygen to produce sulfur dioxide. Now the sulfur dioxide is passed to the contact chamber at 450 degrees centigrade in the presence of catalyst vanadium pentoxide or platinized asbestos to form sulfur trioxide. The sulfur trioxide dissolved in H2SO4 to form the oleum. Now the oleum is diluted to produce sulfuric acid. Now I can write the reaction in stepwise manner. Step 1 is the formation of sulfur dioxide. So I can write sulfur plus oxygen gives SO2, or you can also write the reaction like this. FeH2 plus O2 gives Fe2O3 plus SO2. Step 2 is the formation of sulfur trioxide. SO2 plus O2 in the presence of B2O5. Temperature is 450 degrees centigrade gives sulfur trioxide. Step number 3 is formation of oleum. I can write the reaction like this. SO3 plus H2SO4 gives H2SO7. This is your said to be oleum or fuming. This is done in the absorption tower. Step number 4 is H2H2O7 plus water gives H2SO4. Here two molecules of H2SO4 are formed. This is the contact process by which H2SO4 is formed. Next I will explain about the properties of sulfuric acid. At first I will discuss about the physical properties of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a colorless, odorless, syrupy liquid. Second point is sulfuric acid soluble completely in water with the evolution of heat. Second point is it is highly corrosive in nature. Next point is it is a good conductor of electricity. Next point is it is a highly hygroscopic and absorb water molecule. Next point is concentrated H2SO4 produce fumes in moist air. These are the physical property of sulfuric acid. Next I will explain about the chemical properties of sulfuric acid. At first I will discuss about the thermal stability of sulfuric acid. H2SO4 is quite stable. However, on strong heating, H2SO4 undergoes decomposition to form sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide and water molecule. So I can write the reaction like this. H2SO4 gives H2O plus SO3. Another reaction is H2SO4 gives H2O plus SO2 plus O2. Next chemical properties acidic nature. Sulfuric acid turns blue litmus to red on adding adding water, sulfuric acid dissociate like this. H2SO4 gives the H plus HSO4 minus. HSO4 minus gives the H plus SO4 2 minus. Now I will explain some reaction in which H2SO4 shows an acidic character. First reaction is reaction with the oxides, hydroxides and carbonate. When sulfuric acid undergoes reaction with oxides or hydroxide or carbonate, then a salt is formed. Now I will take an example of oxide. Suppose I will take calcium oxide. When calcium oxide subjected to reaction with the sulfuric acid, then calcium sulfate and water are formed. Similarly, suppose I will take an example of hydroxide. Suppose I will take sodium hydroxide. When sodium hydroxide is subjected to reaction with the sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate and water molecule are formed. Similarly, suppose I will take an example of carbonate, magnesium carbonate. When magnesium carbonate subjected to reaction with the H2SO4, then magnesium sulfate and water and carbon dioxide are formed. Next chemical properties, action with the metal. The highly active metal like zinc, magnesium can displace the hydrogen from H2SO4 to form salt. We can write a reaction like this: Zn plus H2SO4 gives the ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas. Similarly, I can write a reaction for magnesium. Magnesium plus H2SO4 gives the MgSO4 plus hydrogen. On the other hand, less reactive metal like copper, lead cannot displace the hydrogen from H2SO4. However, on heating with the concentrated H2SO4, these metal when react with the H2SO4, they can able to produce sulfur dioxide gas. I can write the reaction like this: Cu plus H2SO4 gives the CuSO4 plus SO2 plus water. These are the reactions related to the highly active metal like zinc and magnesium. This is the reaction for less reactive metal like copper. These are the reactions which clearly prove the acidic nature of H2SO4. Next I will explain how sulfuric acid acts as an oxidizing agent. Sulfuric acid is a good oxidizing agent due to formation of the nascent oxygen. I can write the reaction like this: H2SO4 gives a H2O plus SO2 plus nascent oxygen. Due to formation of this nascent oxygen, sulfuric acid acts as a strong oxidizing agent. Remember, sulfuric acid also gain electron. Due to this nature, sulfuric acid also prove as strong oxidizing agent. I can write the reaction like this: H2SO4 plus 2H plus 2 electron gives SO2 plus 2H2O. This reaction also proves that sulfuric acid acts as a strong oxidizing agent. Now I will explain some reaction in which sulfuric acid acts as a strong oxidizing agent. First reaction is action with the carbon. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the carbon, then sulfur dioxide, water and carbon dioxide are formed. Next reaction is action with the sulfur. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the sulfur, then sulfur dioxide and water are formed. Next reaction is action with the H2S. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the H2S, then sulfur dioxide and sulfur and water are formed. Next reaction is action with the HCl. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the HCl, then chlorine and sulfur dioxide and water are formed. Next reaction is action with the Ki. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the Ki, then water and sulfur dioxide and potassium sulfate and iodine are formed. Next reaction is action with the phosphorus. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the phosphorus, then H3PO4 and sulfur dioxide and water are formed. Next reaction is action with the KBr. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the KBr, then water, sulfur dioxide, K2SO4 and bromine are formed. Next chemical property, H2SO4 acts as a desiccating agent. H2SO4 acts as a strong desiccating agent for acidic gases like chlorine, carbon dioxide. This is due to strong affinity of H2SO4 towards water molecule. Next I want to explain how H2SO4 acts as a dehydrating agent. H2SO4 acts as a strong dehydrating agent because it removes the water molecule from the compound. I can explain how H2SO4 acts as a strong dehydrating agent by taking some reaction. First reaction is charring of cane sugar. Cane sugar means C12H22O11. When C12H22O11 subjected to reaction with the H2SO4, then carbon and water molecule are formed. This is your charcoal. This process is called charring of sugar due to formation of the charcoal. Next reaction is reaction with the oxalic acid. When oxalic acid subjected to reaction with the H2SO4, then carbon dioxide and water and carbon monoxide are formed. Next reaction is reaction with the formic acid. When formic acid subjected to reaction with the sulfuric acid, then carbon monoxide and water are formed. Next is your reaction with the ethyl alcohol. When sulfuric acid subjected to reaction with the ethyl alcohol, These are the reaction in which H2SO4 acts as a strong dehydrating agent. Next I will explain how sulfuric acid acts as a sulfonating agent. Sulfuric acid is used as a strong sulfonating agent in the sulfonation of benzene. I can write the reaction like this. This is your benzene. When it is subjected to reaction with the concentrated H2SO4, then it gives benzene sulfonic acid. This is the structure of benzene sulfonic acid. Here, water molecule is formed as a byproduct. Next, I will explain about the other chemical property, formation of HCl and HNO3. H2SO4 is less volatile than HCl and HNO3. So, H2SO4 is used for the preparation of HCl and HNO3 from chloride and nitrate salt respectively. So I can write the reaction like this. NaCl plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus HCl, and the other reaction is KNO3 plus H2SO4 gives K2SO4 plus HNO3. Next I will explain about the preparation of insoluble salt of sulfate. The calcium, strontium, barium and lead salt solution gives the insoluble salt of sulfate with the dilute sulfuric acid. Suppose I can take a reaction like this. MnO3 twice plus H2SO4 gives MSO4 plus HNO3. Here M means calcium, strontium, barium and lead. Next reaction is reaction with the sulfur dioxide. When sulfuric acid is subjected to reaction with the sulfur dioxide, then oleum is formed. These are the chemical reaction of sulfuric acid. Next I will explain about the uses of sulfuric acid. It is used as an important laboratory reagent. It is used as an desiccating agent. It is also used as an dehydrating agent. It is also used in storage battery. It is also used in the manufacture of fertilizer. It is also used in the preparation of HCl and HNO3. It is also used in the manufacture of dyes, drugs, paints, explosive, etc. It is also used in the petroleum refining. These are the uses of sulfuric acid. Next I will explain about the oxo acids of sulfur. These are the some oxo acids of sulfur. These oxo acids are sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid, carous acid, peroxo disulfuric acid, pyrosulfuric acid, thiosulfuric acid, dithionic acid. These are the structure of corresponding oxo acids. This is all about group 16 element.